I'm with Roy Sekoff, founding editor of the Huffington Post. How are you doing?
I'm fabulous.
And we're on our third day. How's the conference been for you?
You know what? I really think that the Webby Connect is the best conference of the year.
It is.
All the ones that, it combines really good information, really good people. The scale is enough that you can really get to know people and talk to people, and very warm. I think it's great.
It's almost
great
like
event.
a little tech camp here.
I like that. I like that. Maybe I'll be a CIT.
Yes.
You know.
And so, what does that make me?
I don't know. I'll be your CIT. Oh yeah, I remember now. Okay.
There you go. All right.
So yeah.
Seriously.
Yes.
Let's get serious. No, you moderated a panel.
I did.
What panel was it?
I moderated a panel on green marketing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is this something that you feel very connected to?
To be honest, no. I'm just sort of a gun for hire and moderator for hire. Point me in the direction of a microphone and I can talk about most anything.
Right.
No, so actually, it was a very interesting topic. And,
yeah, what?
Green is one of the verticals that we have on the Huffington Post. You know, our sections we've added, entertainment, style, and media to go along with our political coverage business. So green's one of our most popular ones. So yes, I'm very interested in it.
Now, what do you think the biggest questions that have been raised here during the summit? What are the biggest concerns? What are people talking about?
Well, obviously with the economic downturn, the question is, what's the future going to be? I mean, is the bottom going to fall out? Is tech going to save us? Is there going to be any venture capital around? So this is really the question that people are really curious, because I mean, this conference is all about innovation, and innovation obviously requires seed money. It requires capital. It requires people willing to take risks, and in an atmosphere like this, an economic environment, when people are not as willing to take risks, it gets kind of scary. I mean, one of the things we talked about on the panel was that I moderated was that this really should and seems like it would be a great moment for green, right? I mean, we have consumers finally, understanding it. We have politicians finally coming around to it. We have both presidential candidates at least paying lip service to alternative energy, and yet there's an article in the New York Times this week basically saying that a lot of the venture capital is drying up. And the wind and the solar and all these biodiesel, the money is drying up, and so there's a real question. We have these great dreams and these great expectations of what the future is going to hold. The question is, will we have the money to do it?
And how accessible are these goals?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Barack Obama talks about this Apollo project, creating 5 million jobs by, really investing in the green future, which we have to, by the way. It's not an if. We have to. But the question is, will we have the wherewithal to do it?
So how has the economic times affected the Huffington Post?
Well, we've been very lucky. That right now we're in the middle of this greatest political cycle maybe in the history of the country. Yeah. An unbelievable primary campaign.
You and SNL, you're doing well.
Yeah, listen, me and Tina Fey, we're both very, politics been very, very good to me, as they used to say on Saturday Night Live. So, it's been great for us. We're not really seeing that impact yet, but, I think from an editorial point of view, the old Chinese proverb, may you live in interesting times. Well, these are very interesting times, so from an editorial point of view, it's great. From a sales point of view, we'll hopefully, the traffic explosion will lead to, we'll continue to have a commensurate amount of, advertising dollars coming to our eyeballs.
What challenges are you facing these days, Huffington Post?
Well,
besides the economic, obviously.
we're riding the wave of this great cycle, and the question is always, well, then how can you, capitalize it? How can you take these new people who are coming to your site with this unbelievable passion for this
keep them there,
and turn them into, so we're getting a lot of our traffic now. More and more of our traffic is not coming through the front door. Coming to our portal homepage. It's coming through, search, and it's coming through dig, and it's coming through all these kind of alternative things. So once these people come here for the one hit, how do we get them addicted to stay and keep coming back and keep them on the page longer? I mean, stickiness, obviously, that's something that all sites are interested in, and so we're trying to make ourselves more sticky.
Love it. So how are you guys going to do that in the future?
Well, I mean, one of the biggest things that we've done over the last 6 months is completely change the design of our V pages. So, we're putting more information. We want people, because of the fact, before, it's interesting how the business has changed. Before, most of our focus was always on that homepage. How does that homepage look? What things are we highlighting?
Yeah.
Which is the big blog that we're putting up there, And now that so many people are coming in the back door, we're figuring out, well, how can we give them a front page experience. That's the first time I've ever done air quotes. I don't even know why I did.
That's an exclusive.
Yeah, first time ever. It's new. Anyway, so how do we give them that front page experience on our V pages? So we're trying to give them, more links, more structured images that are exciting, that would grab your attention, that you'd want to see that. And we're finding that our bounce rate is obviously dropping as a result.
So you're almost customizing those pages.
Yes, absolutely. So if you're coming, for instance, if you search, because Jennifer Lopez had a baby, and you come to the site for that, we want to figure out what other things would turn you on that would make you want to click on that. Lindsay Lohan being arrested, or Britney Spears shaving her head, or God, those are old references, but something like that.
You won't get anything maybe about like the war in Iraq.
Right, exactly, exactly. Unless Britney Spears shaved her head in Iraq, then you get both.
The connection.
Yeah.
The panel just now that we had was all, someone from the Huffington Post was on it, and it was all about measuring metrics. And a lot of people, it brought up a lot of questions, and it was probably one of the most controversial panels that we had.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts?
Well, it was interesting. I mean, from our point of view, obviously what we're doing is very benign. We're just trying to figure out how many people are coming to the site, how many people are looking at which page, how long are they staying there, bounce rate, stickiness, or what stories do they want, which stories do they not like. So in that, that's very benign. I think the thing that really got people, their dander up was that there was a woman from True Media who was talking about ways that they are actually using, very innovative technology, capturing people's faces to see what products are they looking at, when you go to a store, what billboards are you looking at. So I think people, do have a worry that, not everybody wants to do good with this kind of information. And of course, she obviously was coming from a place that's what their philosophy is. They're not Big Brother. They don't keep the information. They don't keep the pictures. They don't keep any of that stuff. But most people feel like, okay, well, you're a good guy. What if that same technology is in the hands of somebody not so good? And then suddenly we're living, 2001, and how the computer has learned, and and we're looking at, the Terminator, right? The computers have taken over. Skynet now runs the day, and and we're having to fight for our lives in the future, and have Sarah Connor come and save us.
And the Minority Report is a reality.
The Minority Report is a reality. Yes.
So, lastly, some fun questions for you.
Fun. Okay.
Okay.
I'm expecting fun now.
Yay! Fun. All right.
Yeah.
When do you think we're going to be able to vote online?
That is a good question. It's obviously we're having all these controversies right now with voter registration, and
you can't even get that down. Imagine
right, that's online. What I'm saying. You can't even get it when you come and you have your ID and you vote and you stick the hole in it, and you can't even do that. So I don't know about when we're going to get online. So no predictions on that one. But obviously, I'm all for making voting as easy as possible. Let's have it for a week. Why do we make it for one day on a Tuesday? We're having more and more early voting.
Control, my friend.
Well, they really don't want us voting.
There you go.
They don't want you and me voting.
I'm Canadian, so I can't vote.
Well, you're out there.
Anyway.
You're out.
That's another story.
Oh, not another one. Everywhere. It's connects.
Favorite viral video?
Wow. Of all time.
Of all time.
Favorite viral. I gotta come up with something. I can't come up with something obvious, That would be terrible.
Well, we're at 8 minutes. You better do it.
Let's see. Okay. Well, you know what? I am also the supervising consultant for 23/6, so I love some of the videos that they're doing on 23/6, which is our satiric news site. And so I would say the Swift Kids series, where they have the kids mocking the Swift Boat series. If you haven't seen them, 236.com, very, very funny.
Very good little plug.
Yeah.
Finally, what sites you go to every day besides your own?
I go everywhere. I mean, I'm really trying to take in information all the time. I go from the big sites, the New York Times. I go to the political sites. I basically, I hate to say it. You know what? I'm sounding like Sarah Palin. Okay, Roy, name one. All of them.
Go around. You're giving me the go arounds.
I read all of them. Well, which is the one that you read? I go to 23/6. I go to Coast. I go to I check out Drudge. I go to all the newspapers. I go to the Guardian.
You're just everywhere.
I am a voracious consumer of online media.
Well, on that note, thanks for being here.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.